friends! Here we are again in Art with Mrs. Beaufeaux. Today we're going to create a project using the art material oil pastel. We're also going to use the new art concept of highlighting to create depth in an image. Highlighting are any areas like right here on my nose, over here. You see how it's kind of white? That's because there's a light source over this way. We're going to discuss more about highlight in a little bit, but let me tell you a little bit about oil pastels. Oil pastels are an art material that are meltable. They're soft, they're made out of oil, and it's really easy to blend. We're going to use this art material and this concept to create an image of a pumpkin. Let's take a moment to discuss the new art concept of highlight. It's defined as an area or spot in a drawing, painting, or photograph that is strongly illuminated. Take a look at the center picture on the bottom. You see the light source there shining on a gray gradient sphere. The yellow arrow is pointing to the image of highlight. It's the whitest part of the image. If you take a look at the pumpkin and the apple, you can also see highlights at the end of the yellow arrows. We're going to create our very own pumpkins today using this idea of highlighting to create an image that looks three-dimensional. In step one, we start out with a black piece of paper and a graphite pencil. I'm going to draw my pumpkin using the same ideas of shape and line and form that we've been discussing in previous classes. I'm adding a horizon line, a moon, and some stars to the image as well. So here are the oil pastels that we're going to be using. They're the Craypa brand. An oil pastel is a drawing medium formed into a stick which consists of pigment mixer with a binder mixture of non-drying oil and wax. They're extremely blendable, and with any friction or heat applied, they melt just a little bit, enough for us to mix colors together. We love using these in my art room. In step two, we take our oil pastels and we are going to draw in the sections of the pumpkin using the color orange. That is very important that we don't touch the graphite marks. Now we're going to take yellow and fill in a little bit more of the center sections of our pumpkin. I take some orange and I fill in the other sections. I'm going to fill in my moon and stars with some white. Then I'm also going to use this white and draw a little highlighted area on each of the pumpkin sections. Under my horizon line, I'm adding dark green, light green, and some white to create the grass that the pumpkin sits on. In step three, I'm going to use a piece of paper towel to help blend my oil pastels using friction. So I'm going to rub over the top. You can do this with your fingers, but then we get all messy and oil is sticky and it's hard to wash off our hands. So for ease of access in our classroom today, we're going to use this paper towel. You can see I wrapped it around my finger and I'm going up and down, blending in those colors. Let's see what happens when I do it over the green. In step four, I'm going to take my big pink eraser and erase all of those pencil lines. Something that's neat about erasers is that it'll actually help clean up your image by erasing a little bit of your oil pastel as well. To complete this project, I staple a backing paper on that is 1 inch larger on either side. Adding my name completes the image. I hope that you've enjoyed this project featuring highlights and oil pastel. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.